Hey, I want to drop a message for this weekend. Because this weekend we have this conjunction of the planet Mars and Neptune in the sign of Pisces. And within the whole eclipse season that we are currently in, we're right in the middle of eclipse season, which is opening this portal of acceleration of transformation, acceleration of realization, acceleration of realignment. So in this portal, when Mars and Neptune are meeting exactly in this moment, it is lifting a lot of veils, and it is connecting us deeper and stronger and more intensely to our inner world. During this transit, we can definitely feel, a new waves of confusion. And I think I already talked about confusion as being an opportunity to allow ourselves to surrender to the flow, surrender to each present moment and whatever is arising within us, and giving us the opportunity to address each next present moment, whatever is coming up to us. So what is your relationship with confusion? How deep can you surrender to this feeling? And in its highest expression, of course, it is more linked to, any spiritual realization and connection, connecting to guides, spirit guides, connecting to light being, connecting to the guidance of our own soul. It is a very creative time too. So if you drop into a space of free flow and creativity, creation, art, whatever resonates to you, this is a very good time for this. When Mars is conjunct Neptune in Pisces, I would say it's not the most beneficial time for action-oriented, because the will brought by Mars can be lost into the ocean of consciousness of Neptune. And it is definitely the energy of the spiritual warrior. So how do you embrace the spiritual warrior or the spiritual warrioress, to channel all of these feelings and all the things that are coming up from behind the scene, or from your unconscious, or from the collective unconscious, because we are swimming right now into the collective unconscious, and there's a lot of movements happening. There are what we're feeling from, this life and this body, that is coming up to purge and to cleanse and to transform, but there is also the whole web of life of all of humanity that is purging some deep ancestral wounds and traumas and imprints, and we are connected to this as well. And as every time Neptune and this Piscean energy is activated, it's another cycle or another portal opening for us to connect and feel all of these things from the collective too. So how do you make space for yourself to be able to just be, like a channel that allow to feel and release, and not receive, struggle, block, and then you're kind of stuck with this dense energy, and you don't really know if it comes from you or not, or okay, in the bigger perspective it is all the same. But what I mean is, when you bring it into your own experience, how do you deal with these waves of feelings that are, touching us since the beginning of this year actually? But every time there's a more intense portal, I take the opportunity to drop in a video and talk about it. So what is your inner spiritual warrior or warrioress directing you? And maybe it is a time for action for some, but how do you direct this action connected with your soul, with your higher self, with your heart, so you can embrace all the waves of emotion and release, feel, acknowledge and release what is not supporting this how can I say, like, that soul direction in how you want to direct your will, your power, your energy. Yes, so I definitely advise for you to be kind with yourself within these days, and to keep being connected to receive messages and inspiration. And yes, there will be another video coming for the next eclipse, which is going to be a very big one. I start to feel it already a lot, and we're already in its race, because when there is an eclipse coming, of course, there is a whole month to 2 months of eclipse portal season. But for this specific solar eclipse, we feel it 10 days before. So we are already welcoming the themes that is touching us personally and individually for this coming eclipse. So just notice how you are feeling, what are the themes that are coming up, and you can start to work towards aligning to this powerful portal. It is also important to know that this eclipse is going to be the exact same day as the solstice, the summer solstice. So, you know, full rebirth. But I will talk more about that in another video. Okay. Enjoy your weekend, connect to your creative self, to connect to your spiritual self, connect to your heart, and just allow to follow this guidance of each present moment, of whatever you feel that you need to do, to express, to feel emotionally, to create, or just to, you know, be in your little ball and then be very expansive. But it's more about not planning anything and just planning to follow your heart and have a no plan discovery. All right. Have a beautiful weekend.